Hello Giants Nation. I'm making this video because Jerry Reese has got to get fired. And to John Mara, if you're watching, you really need to listen to this whole video, and when it's all done, you need to fire him. Giants, as you well know, pride themselves on defense, and their defense has become abysmal. Has become horrible to watch, brutal to watch, and essentially so bad you might as well be flipping off the TV or switching channels. And that's happened on a couple of occasions. Their defense is not what it's known to be in Giants history. And I don't just mean it's bad, which is disappointing enough. It is downright brutal. It is dead last, not in one category, which is embarrassing enough. When there are 32 teams in the league and not one team has a worse defense at something than the Giants, but it is last in 4 categories. Sack rate, 1 per 31 plays. Third down conversions allows those to be converted at 46%. Passing and total yards, the most allowed, which shows that even though it's not dead last in rushing yards, it's still very poor there too. Their defense is lacking talent because Jerry Reese goes and brings in players that, for all you know, might lose to backups against other teams. Now, there have been 5 games the Giants have blown the lead late and 6 that they have lost late. And the only reason they've even been in it that late is thanks to Steve Spagnuolo. I know you're not going to believe that when he's the defensive coordinator and their defense is absolute trash. But based on what he's done before, I still believe he's good. I know people are going to call for him to be fired, but the whole reason people are calling for him to be fired is thanks to Jerry Reese. He doesn't supply him with any talent. You think the coach is going to just put magic into players and make them super great? No, those people will instruct them and they'll perform the best they can, but sometimes the best they can is still not going to be enough to win. Do I fault these players for not having talent? No, that's just something they can't control. But I sure as hell blame the person responsible for assembling this team, and that's Jerry Reese. He has desecrated their defense to where it's last in the league in those 4 categories, and that's not great in running either, and probably whatever other categories they haven't gotten to. That ain't even the only problem. Running game has been crap for years. And as for the passing, I mean, Eli's having great years the last 2 years, but that might be only because of one player, and that being Odell Beckham Jr. If not for him, who knows? This team might be 4-12 or worse. And so it's probably amazing they've even won this number of games, and now they really need to lose this week against the hated Eagles in order to at least win and get something out of this season, this horrible, most recently lost season. And that is at least to improve our draft pick, to pick before Philly, and to be facing St. Louis, not Seattle. It also means facing either Tampa Bay or New Orleans instead of Atlanta, but that's the least of the matter. I don't want to face Seattle unless it's a year that we're facing their whole division and they can't be avoided, which will come soon enough in 2017. But remember the last 2 times we played them? Blown out 23-0 at MetLife Stadium, which, by the way, that game, why did it happen? Because the Giants and Seahawks finished in 2nd place the previous year. And guess who made the playoffs that year, and guess who didn't? Okay, so they were obliterated 23-0. Might as well be 28-0. Infinity nothing for all I give a crap, but against the eventual Super Bowl champion Seahawks. Then in 2014, they were blown out I think in Seattle, that was the year we saw the whole West. We do not need to be running into them any more than we have to. Giants have got to lose this week, and it's not to disrespect the Rams franchise, but Giants have a better chance of winning against the Rams than the Seahawks. Now, I just recently found out that whoever plays against the Rams will be playing that game not in St. Louis, but in London. I know some people hate those games. I don't care where the game is. If we're playing Seattle in London, I'd have just as much confidence as facing them in Seattle. Giants have got to not make things any worse than they are. They'll be facing both North divisions next year, but at least the whole division is facing them. The whole division will not be facing Seattle. And let's face it, I'm going to talk about keys to get better on another video, but Giants have got to fire Jerry Reese. Got to improve that draft position this week by losing. As much as I hate to have to say that, to have to lose a game which is sad enough, much less to a hated rival, though at least they're already eliminated, so it's not like we're losing out and playing spoiler. And they have got to fix this team. They can, if they do the right things, be a playoff team next year. Will they be a championship contender? No, but they can make the playoffs. That's still a start. That's better than the crap we've seen the last 3.5 seasons, starting with the second half of 2012. Do the right thing, Mr. Mara, and fire Jerry Reese. If you fire him, we'll be headed in the right way. If you don't, it looks like it'll be 5 in a row outside the playoffs and 4 straight losing seasons.